Nothing like a little bit of juice before a show, huh? Hey there, folks. Welcome to a special edition of Makeshift Chefs. I was feeling kind of festive, so I decided to make this kind of fun, festive episode for you guys. Just a little something to keep you going before I came out with a few other episodes that I have in mind. This time I thought I'd give people a fun and easy way to bake. So, what I figured is something low cost, easy going. I was thinking Rice Krispie treats. All you need is some butter, obviously some Rice Krispies, or sometimes people do some other cereals if you want. I decided I'm going to turn it up a notch, and these are really customizable, so I figured I'd do a little bit of chocolate and add a little herb. So I got some mint, because that's actually got a very strong and robust aroma to it and flavor to it, so it really overpowers a lot of things, combined with some chocolate. As a side note, if there's anyone that wanted to start their festivities a little bit early on like April 20th, beginning of this weekend, in the comments below I've got another version of the video that you guys might find a little bit more entertaining. Anyway, take a look at that, it's kind of fun. So this is a fairly simple recipe. What you'll basically need is 5 cups of Rice Krispies or whatever kind of cereal you decide on, 4 cups of marshmallows, a fourth of a cup of butter, and you basically put it all together and make a drink. Now, what would be the wise thing to do is if I were to take a little bit of that aforementioned mint and actually infuse it in the butter, and then that would make the most out of the flavors. But that would be a slow cooking process, and I'm lazier than that. So I just got some mint extract, and I'm just going to put that in the melted butter and just stir it on up. Whatever. It's late. Alright, folks. Step number 1. Start up your burner and set it on low. Step number 2. Add the special butter, so that way it can melt on this low temperature. Ooh, oh, wow, butter melting. And if it's infused, whatever works with that. Step number 3, add all those marshmallows gradually and then stir them slowly with some kind of stirring utensil. Make sure you can grab all the stuff on the side so it doesn't get all burnt. Ooh, stir frequently. Frequently! Now, stir gradually until it gets all melty. This should take roughly 2 minutes or so. Once it looks like all of your little Krispies are pretty much ready and all the same texture, then it's time to grease the pan. So there's several ways to do this. So take a look. The anarchist. The street artist. The masochist. Do it! Ah, yeah! The procrastinator. Now, of course, in my opinion, the easiest way to grease a pan is evenly and from side to side. Next, lay your Krispies out on a nice neat little pan and make sure they're evenly distributed so that way you get even amounts of flavor, even amounts of size, and that way you know the intensity and all the calorie count and all the milligrams of whatever, so that way it's, easier to figure out. Now that it's all flat, have it solidify in the pan for about 30 minutes. Now, to go the extra mile, you rig up a double boiler system. What does that mean? That means you boil some water in here over a fire, and then you somehow have like some other pan or metallic thing that you put over it with whatever you're going to boil. So now it boils at the bottom and then warms up whatever's at the top without actually burning it, really good for things like chocolate. And so that's going to be the added flair that I'm going to add to my Rice Krispies to make them kind of special. But since it's the holidays, if you want, you could cut them into shapes and decorate them or do all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, in order to make sure the chocolate's a nice consistency, I added a little bit of milk to smooth it out a little bit, so that way it's a lot more dippable for all the Rice Krispies. Now, this is the texture you're looking for. Ooh, yeah, nice and liquidy, so it's perfect if you want to dip anything. Now all you have to do is just dip everything in the chocolate. Alright, now nice and completed. A heart, an egg, a star, and then you find out it's really hard to do shapes, and then you do squares. Thank you folks for sticking with me for another episode of Makeshift Chefs. I hope you found something delicious or something fun and new that you'd enjoy, or maybe a new way to use an ingredient that you didn't think of before. If you liked the video, please like it. If you want to keep getting updates and want to hear about any kind of new videos that I got going on, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to if you actually have some stuff in your kitchen that you've been kind of trying to figure out, well, what could I possibly do with this? I have so much extra blank in my kitchen, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Or you're trying to figure out a meal, you have certain things that you need in your meal plan, and you want to somehow implement those in your diet, or if there's just some ingredients that you want to utilize in some meals, let me know in the comments below.